Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm trying to center myself. Hello, family. Welcome in. And see, I see Audrey Willis in the chat. Thank you for being here, Audrey. Welcome you guys to Wellness Wednesdays. If you are catching a replay, thank you so much for showing up. I greatly appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up on your way in. I'm very excited to be back. We did not have a live last week. You know, life was lifing, but we are here this week with Wellness Wednesdays, and I have a special guest. This person is such a huge influence on me. She's such a great person, and I'm very excited to have her here. So come on in, guys, and get ready because this is going to be a great Wellness Wednesday show. It really is. So I'm just going to pull up the live. I probably should have done that already. So I'm going to pull up the live. It's so exciting to be back with you guys. I feel like when you miss one live, since it's done weekly, it feels like you haven't been on in forever. So I'm just glad to be back with you guys, putting on another great show. So if you have not seen the flyers yet, I have my girl, Shoneka from Metanoia Melanin here with me today. She is an amazing businesswoman, amazing entrepreneur. Gosh, I use her products like almost every day. She's a great inspiration for Black women who are coming up and trying to create their own business and get started. And she's definitely someone that you guys are gonna want to listen to and take notes from. So make sure you got your pen and paper. Make sure you are ready because this is going to be a great interview. I'm so excited. So excited. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our guest.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
It's so nice to see you.
Good. So this is my first time ever going live, so bear with me. I'm like looking around, trying to figure everything out.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I did go live on TikTok for like 20 minutes one day, but even that was like a whole thing.
But you know what? TikTok is brutal, man. TikTok is way too like in your face, honest. Like them people got no filter. I have not been able to work up the nerve to go live on no TikTok. I just can't do it.
I was so afraid, but I was like, okay, just do it. And I stayed on there for maybe 20 minutes and I was like, all right, I'm out.
Oh, you brave.
Listen, trying, sis.
We are so happy to have you here on Wellness Wednesdays. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on and be a guest. You already know how I feel about you, about what you're doing, about your products, about your movement. Like, I think you inspired me from the moment I saw you on social media. I was like, who is this girl doing up, doing her thing? And then like ever since then, I feel like, okay, this girl I have to support. I have to follow her journey because I just, you just get that feeling you can learn from someone. You know what I mean? Yep. And so you are definitely one of those people, and I'm so glad to have you here. So glad.
Thank you so much. And I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Like when you told me about it, I think it's amazing. I think it's a need that, we must fulfill. And the fact that you're taking those steps to do it is major. Like, I'm so excited for you, and I definitely will be a part of it. I will be attending these lives. So I'm excited to look forward to, the future lives that you're going to have, because I think it's important that when it comes to wellness, it's such a need, especially in a time like now. So thank you for having me. Thank you for all your support. The love is so genuine, so real. You are amazing.
I'm waiting for my next pay period so I can get some more stuff, girl. I see all the new products coming out with. I'm like, wait a minute. Did the rent check clear? Hold
on. We got to make sure the bill check first.
I'm telling you. So I see some more people coming in. I just want to welcome in. Let's see. We have Plantain Charlene. Thank you so much for coming in. Good morning. She says good morning. Can you see the chat?
Let me see. Okay, I can see it, but I will have to go over to it. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I know how that works. Okay. We have Yvonne, Maformi's Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming in, Yvonne. She says, greetings to everyone and at home with Cherie, my moderator. Cherie is an amazing gardener. And
Hi.
I'm so glad to have you here, Cherie. Thank you for coming in. So now I told you, we usually start with 10 questions, but I never get through the whole 10 questions because it
Right.
just becomes a conversation, just kicking back and talking. And wellness is such a broad spectrum.
Yes.
Very broad. So I've had gardeners here. I have people lined up for mental health, which, mental health awareness month was last month, but,
Right.
scheduling things just don't work out all the time. But so we'll be focusing on mental health soon. And now we have you with your whole holistic kind
Yes.
well, wellness. Yeah, holistic, right?
Yes.
Skincare, oral care, hair care, like you are doing it all. So we're going to start with the first question. Which is, what does wellness mean to you?
Ooh, wellness. When I think of wellness, I think about, and I didn't always think this way, right? But now that I understand like wellness, I see it as making sure I am completely whole. There isn't one thing or one area to focus on. Like, it's not just emotional health. It's not just physical health. It's all of it. It's emotional, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's mental health. So when I think of wellness, it's taking care of the whole person, your whole being, right? And that comes from the different things that we eat on a daily basis. It comes from the things that we watch on TV. It comes from the people that we surround ourselves with. Because believe it or not, like if you're around someone that's constantly negative, then that's going to eventually wear on your health, which then you're not well. So wellness just means being well within yourself, inside and outside. We can look good all day on the outside, but if that inside is not matching up, it does us no good.
It's
does
not.
no
You're not
good.
going to be able to function as a piece of a person.
Yes.
It's not going to work.
Exactly. Yeah. So peace ultimately is the goal. When you have that, like having peace is just something that we can't even understand, because it's just like, regardless of what's going on around you, if you can still maintain your peace, then that's the best place that you can be, because stress is one of the main things that causes so many different health conditions long term. Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir here, honey.
Been there. And still got to fight.
I know all about that stress, baby. All
oh
about
my gosh.
it. And the effects of it.
Yes.
So what is Metanoia Melanin?
Metanoia Melanin is a holistic wellness brand. In so many words, the goal for Metanoia is to help the person build themselves emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? The goal is to help people to understand that there are multiple ways for you to care for yourself, whether it's, using certain skincare products, using obviously hair care products. But in addition to that, it's also making sure that you take the time to pour into yourself, to invest in you. Because a lot of times we can see things that we want and things that are going to benefit us and the betterment of ourselves, but we stop in our tracks and say, well, I can't do it because I got to do X, Y, and Z, or I got to pay for this, or you got to do other things. But it's about saying, no, this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is something that's going to help me be better. So I'm going to take those steps, and I'm going to get the products that I know are going to be better for me long term. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about our health, all of these ingredients that are in these commercial brand products are causing so many long-term health conditions. And what's happening is that we think, like, they'll say, oh, it's only, less than 1% of parabens in that product. But just think about, you're using the lotion, you're using the body wash, you're using, different types of like things that we use for oral toothpaste, like so many different things. So when you look at the whole capacity of everything, it's causing so much harm long term. Your hormonal imbalance is off, which can cause so many different things with your emotional health, your mental health.
And that's where I was, and that's what led me to your products, the hormonal imbalance, right? Because I was telling you I was having issues with PCOS, and when I saw your product, I was like, something just told me, like, girl, you don't have nothing to lose. Like, you've tried all those name brands, you've tried all those store products, and nothing is working.
Right.
So, and I talk about you all the time, girl.
Thank you.
And I will go to the ends of the world to brag about this Manuka Honey Oil Cleanser. Because, and I've been very open about my issues with PCOS and how it's affected my hormones,
Yep.
and my issues with my skin. And I'll say it again: one night putting that ointment, the oil cleanser on my face, cleaning my face, and then putting it back again and just letting it sit in the areas that were affecting me, my face was not hurting anymore. And I mean, y'all, when I tell y'all this is a great product, like I had it bad. I used to cry because my face would hurt so bad. Like the inflammation was gone the next day. The redness was gone. The marks were still there. The bumps were still there, but the pain was gone. I had a day where I didn't have to wake up and immediately take some ibuprofen, So thank you for that. Thank you so much. That's why I will always brag on your products.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that.
Always.
Yes.
So what led you to develop skincare, oral care, and hair care? Because usually people just start in one area, but you're like, you put them out there. So what led to the development of Metanoia Melanin?
So I was the type of person that I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Okay. And after college, I moved to New York, and I lived in Long Beach for a year with my aunt and uncle out there.
Long Beach too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yes, nice. So I loved it there. Like, it was nice. I stayed there for a year, but then, I was comfortable enough to go ahead and get my own spot. So I moved to Jamaica, Queens, into this, nice studio apartment out there. And there is where I started to transition to go natural. I transitioned for about a year. But when I tell you, like, I struggled so much trying to figure out natural hair, because this was perspective. This was back in 2012. I began the transition from my natural hair. And at that time, I think it was still up and coming. It wasn't like it is now, obviously.
There wasn't a lot of support out there.
No. And so just trying to figure out, what do I use? How do I do my hair? How do I manage two textures? So it got to the point where what I was using, I don't even know what it was at the time, but it was drying out my hair. The products were causing breakage and just causing overall damage for my hair. And I have really thick hair. So to have to deal with, the thick hair, and then it's breaking off because I can't get a comb through it, because I just don't know what to use and how to manage two textures, I started to make my own concoctions. Just getting in the kitchen and, looking up ingredients, because I would go on YouTube and people were like, oh, use aloe vera, or, use avocado. So it's like I just started to build on that. Use Manuka Honey.
Too, that everybody was advertising aloe vera and avocado, everything.
Everywhere. So I just started, building on that. They're like, oh, honey is good, yogurt's good. So I'm just building. But it got to the point where it's like, I would do the same thing for my skin too. Like, I would do little masks like yogurt and honey mask and all of these different things. So then I was just like, I really gravitated towards the side of like skin. And I was like, man, I wonder if there's something, never ever heard of an esthetician before. And I was like, I wonder if there's something I can get my license in to be a specialist or something. And so I started doing research, and that's when I came across being a licensed esthetician. And then I found, long story short, I found a school in New York City where I was able to go. And I started that journey in 2013. And, I got my license in 2015, but then it's kind of like I put things on hold because I was focused on my career, at the time. And at that time I was like, I'm just going to focus on my career, and then I'll see what I can do with this. But by, over time, it was just like God was just showing me like it would never go away. How something just never goes away and you just keep thinking about it. So it just came back around, and I was just like, man, I really would like to start creating products that I know are non-toxic. And I already knew it was a market for it because it was already happening. But I was like, I really want to do it because I have the knowledge behind it. Right. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm constantly learning. Yes. There's a lot of people out here making products, but be careful. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. So I built on that, and, Metanoia just came to me. I actually saw it in a meme one day. And Metanoia means to change the way one's living, one's thinking, one's journey. like a new perspective, right? Like repentance, like changing how you think about what you see,
I
thinking
love
about how
that.
you live, a way of life, changing your way of life. So I was like, man, that's good. And then I'm like, of course, I wanted to, have it something that was connected to, melanated skin tones, right? And
Right.
so it was just like, it just clicked. When I put it together, it just clicked. The meaning behind Metanoia really spoke to me and what I was trying to do with the business and the vision that I have. And it just worked out to where it just kind of like, let's roll with it. And here we
Love
are.
it. I love it. Well, you are doing it. I want to read this. Let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. I want to say welcome to G Mama Grows. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Oh, yep. And we dropping that link, y'all. We dropping that link. Metanoia
Yes.
Melanin. The website is in the chat. Thank you, Ultimate Acres, for coming through. We appreciate you. And let's see. Big Mama's Garden. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Okay. So, who do you look up to in the business world?
Oh, man. I follow so many women like that are in Black women that are in business, especially ones that have such an impactful story.
Right.
I don't know if you all are familiar with Milano de Rouge. But she has a clothing brand. She's a fashion designer, I believe. And she has a clothing brand and she's from Philly, and just hearing like her story of where she started from, selling shirts out the trunk of her car, and, just building to the point where she now has a huge brand, a multi-million-dollar brand. And just knowing that, like, she really started from the bottom. She didn't, right? She wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Like, she really built it from the ground up. Yeah. And that, like, there are a lot of women, like, I honestly, I don't know their names, but when I see their social media, like, I just follow them. I'm gravitated towards how they do things and how they got to where they are. But one thing I like to do is I love to hear their stories. So when they're sharing their stories, or if I can look them up and, you can see like how they built their brand, I love to read that, because it's so easy to get caught up in where people are right now. I'm like, man, they got it all. And it's like, but we don't know what it took for them to get there. We don't know what they went through.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That kind of fight, like when you see someone start from the bottom and work their way up, it takes a different kind of tenacity to get through all those circumstances. And it lets you know that no matter where you are, whether you just have the idea, whether you're just starting with the groundwork, that it can be done. Like, you can do it. So
absolutely.
There are a lot of boss ladies on Instagram, and that is one thing that I will say. There's no shortage of inspiration out there.
No, none.
Speaking of social media, how influential has social media been on the upstart and progression of your business?
Ooh, social media. So I think I created my page back in maybe the summer of 2020. And at that time, I just created it. I was just like, all right, I'm at least get the platform going. Didn't really post too much. But it wasn't until I launched. So I launched Metanoia Melanin in February of 2021. And it wasn't until I launched that I really like began to take it serious and like, okay, I really need to like use this platform to show people what my brand is all about, to show people what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, I wanted to use it as a way to educate people. Like, I talk about, certain things to avoid when we're eating certain foods or certain ingredients. Yeah, like how it affects us. So, being able to do that openly and freely, because it's my brand, like it just gave me, I guess, the platform to be able to really help people. But when I tell you, it wasn't until I got on that dang TikTok
runs the world.
Listen, I was so against TikTok. I'm like, I don't have time. TikTok is for little kids. Yes.
Me too. Yes.
And then here we are.
That's a whole nother social media in itself. TikTok.
Yes. It literally took Metanoia to the next level in a short span of maybe 5 months. Like, it's like you can literally post a video that can go viral, and there are no limits to how many people can see. The thing about social media, there's no limit to how many people can see your page or your brand, and you can really reach so many people for free. You don't have to pay the advertising, but if you're not going to use the advertisement tool, then you have to be willing to put in the work. You got to put out quality videos. You have to take the time to edit.
And that's another thing. Also, the accessibility to all these other creators and what they're doing.
Yes.
Like, you got certain people that won't answer a DM or respond, but then you have the people that do, and you're like,
yes.
Oh,
yes.
wait.
Like,
you really respond to me right now. Yeah, right. So I think that part of social media I really do appreciate, because there are people that have hundreds of thousands of people commenting and will still answer you. They're not going to answer, the next minute,
right?
But they're going to get back to you, and they're going to inspire you as well. And then you have the people with, 1,000, 2,000 that won't even.
It's so like, hold on.
Yeah, because I have to tell you, when I first sent you the message about what I wanted to do at Wellness Wednesdays, I messaged a lot of people, and I would say there were a handful of people that were like, yeah, I'm down, no doubt, let's do this, this is going to be great. And then when I came back around with the second round of messages, certain people had blown up, certain people had gotten busy, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this, or left me on scene, child, left me on red.
See, because we can see when you see it, so don't play.
Right? You see me. I know you see me. We see each other. But that's why I respect you being here right now, because it means so much to me. And your product's going to be in stores, first of all. Let me tell you that right now. Okay, let's speak that into existence.
Yes,
because
Lord.
There's no way in the world. First of all, you have something that really works. It's really effective. You're not just selling the same thing that everybody else is selling. You take your time, you handcraft your products. You know what I mean? So tell us, while we're on handcrafting products, tell us 3 ingredients because a lot of us are gardeners on here, that we may have already growing that are really essential to the lines that you've created.
Well, so I know a lot of gardeners, which to all the gardeners out there, I have so much respect for all of you, because I one day hope to develop, a green thumb? I don't know. I want that. So it's time for me to take a trip to come see you, because you got to teach me, okay?
And you are more than welcome.
I need to come there.
You can get all the ingredients you need. We could whip something up together.
I love it. Yeah. So I truly hope that, I can grow my own garden one day. And I love everything that you do. And when I saw you and we connected, I'm like, this is definitely like divine, and God ordained this. So I'm so grateful for the relationship that we've developed in such a short time. And I truly hope that I can come visit you one day so I can learn some gardening tips. Okay. So a lot of you, I'm sure, grow herbs, right? So I would say, because my business is herbal based, so I infuse herbs into a lot of my products. So for example, the body butters, I infuse them with herbs. I use lavender, chamomile, and calendula, and rose in my body butters.
Sage on now, the one with the clary sage.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Yes. So I'm sure you have. So for example, if you want to take some herbs for calming your skin, you can take, chamomile, calendula, and some rose and lavender, steep them for about, 20 to 30 minutes, let it cool. You can put it in a little spray bottle, add a couple of drops of some lavender essential oil, and maybe some, you can even add what's another calming one? They do have other calming essential oils, like a chamomile. You can get the actual essential oil, put the drops in there, put it in the spray bottle, shake it up, and you can spray it on your skin. You can spray it in your hair. I have hair rinses where I blend a lot of different herbs together. Yeah. And you can steep those herbs, spray it in your hair, spray it on your skin, use it as a toner on your skin, especially rose.
Yes.
And you can store it in the refrigerator.
Yes, that one. That is every summer I look forward to the rose bushes so that I can make my rose toner.
Yes. So you're
already
doing it.
Stabilize it though, so we're gonna have to talk. I gotta learn how to stabilize it.
Yes, I got you.
It goes bad, quickly.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And the only way I really know at this point how to stabilize it without using a preservative, and they have natural preservatives, right? But you can add a couple of drops of pure concentrated vitamin E oil. You can add like 3 to 5 drops in there, in addition to like some lavender essential oil, or some rosemary or something. That's going to help extend the shelf life, and make sure you store it in the refrigerator.
Right, right.
And that's, it'll help maybe give you an extra couple of days, unless you use a preservative.
So what about something like, okay, so when you make extracts, right? I know it's probably a little different with products with hair and skincare, but when you make extracts in the kitchen, some people use alcohol. I guess the equivalent to that is like witch hazel in skincare products that some people may use. And then there's also vegetable glycerin, which is also used in skincare products as well. We use that to make extracts like lemon extract, vanilla extract. That's what I use to make my my extracts. So what would you recommend using that for your skin as well? Because it does advertise for that. Vegetable glycerin. Is that something you use? Well, a lot of people don't like using glycerins at all in the natural industry. So I just want to know what your perspective is on that.
Yeah, so if I want to do like an infusion, just to like have some like oil that has all the extractions in it from herbs, I'll just use, so a lot of oils, so there's something called the Condogenic Scale, right? So it's a scale from 1 to 5. If it's on the scale of 1, it means it will not clog your pores. If it's a 5, like coconut oil, it will clog your pores. Okay, so you want to pick an oil that's low on the Condogenic Scale. You can use jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is one of the best oils to use because it matches our natural sebum of our skin. So the natural oils we have, if you want one that's so close, jojoba oil. You can also use safflower oil.
That's an expensive one.
Yes, safflower oil is really good. That's the one that I use in the Manuka Honey oil cleanser. And so with that one, same thing. It's like a 1 on the scale. And what you can do is take some dried herbs. I guess you would dehydrate them. I buy mine dried, so I don't know. But dehydrate your herbs and then put them in there, and you can do an infusion. And your infusions can be from anywhere from a week up to 8 weeks, or even longer. But what's happening during that infusion is it is extracting all of the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants. You're going to have the polyphenols. All of those benefits are being extracted from those herbs, and now it's in the oil blend. And then what you can do is you can put that oil into a little bottle, and you can apply it anywhere on your body, especially if you're dealing with psoriasis, eczema. So like my Herbal Scalp infusion, that's infused with 8 herbs. Listen, that one is infused with 8 herbs.
Like maybe 2 or 3 products you have that I don't have. So
I agree. I agree. You pretty much bought everything that I have. So
your stuff, I do.
Yeah.
So the herbs, the calendula and the chamomile, it works the same way how we drink chamomile to relax us. It works the same way on our skin, on our hair. I also used to use rosemary and cloves on my scalp when it would get itchy or irritated, and it was so soothing, and it smelled good. I made it walk around smelling like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Listen,
my scalp smelled good. You know what I'm saying? So we do have some of everything that we need, like right in our gardens or a grocery store or, wherever. Like you said, I dehydrate the herbs, but now you're inspiring me to do a lot more with what I have and more research.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to holler at you on that.
Yes, please do.
What are your favorite Metanoia Melanin products?
Manuka Honey, hands down, okay? Because that has my skin on glow, okay? I love it. I love it. And if people aren't aware, Manuka Honey is the highest quality of honey that you can purchase. And what's great about Manuka Honey is that, it's expensive. It's really expensive. Like an 8 ounce jar of it. 8 ounces cost me like, $40 some. So it's expensive. It can go up to like hundreds depending on how much you want. But the quality.
Money is only an issue in the absence of value.
Say that.
We'll spend a lot on what we want. We'll spend a lot on what we deem valuable. And what's more valuable than us?
Hello. And this is what I'm talking about. The wellness, the self-care. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. Quality costs.
Yeah.
Okay, quality cost. And so with the Manuka honey, it's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, it's rich in antioxidants. It's going to help calm inflammation on the skin, especially if you're dealing with acne.
It works.
Especially if you're dealing with acne, hormonal imbalances, it's going to help calm that inflammation. And then ultimately what it does is it makes your skin soft and supple and just like you
And
just
that
feel like you
glow.
don't want to stop. And the glow.
That glow. And not
The
an
glow.
oily glow. You're just like walking
Right.
around this, what Beyonce say, shining, shining,
Yeah.
shining, shining, y'all. You just be, woo, yes. So
Yes.
the Manuka, and then give us one more.
And the other one would have to be my oral mouth cleanse.
Okay, tell us about
So the
it.
oral mouth cleanse is, real quick, it's two ways you can use it. You can use it as oil pulling, which is an ancient Indian remedy, right? And what oil pulling does is you swish it in your mouth like you would a mouthwash. But the thing with oil pulling, you want to aim for 15 to 20 minutes with it. All right. So the best time I use it is like when I'm in a shower or something like that, where I'm not thinking about me all day. So you swish it in your mouth, and what it does is it pulls it binds to the bacteria in your mouth, the bad bacteria, because we also have good bacteria in our mouth. But the thing about the mouthwashes that we use now and the toothpaste we use now, it's killing both the good and bad bacteria.
Right.
And so with oil pulling, and in my oil pulling, I have neem powder, turmeric powder, Manuka honey, and a eucalyptus extract and sesame oil. So in there, and peppermint oil. So in the Manuka honey, in the oral cleanse, when you're swishing it, it's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial. It's pulling out all those bad bacteria that causes bad breath, that causes decay in your mouth. And people don't realize, like, if we're not taking care of our oral health, that's the gateway to the rest of our body, our internal organs. Yeah. So it starts here. And if you're not flossing daily, or if you're not, brushing thoroughly like you should, Manuka honey, the oil pulling is going to really help pull all of that out. It's going to help it pull. And then you can use it as a toothpaste, which is, I do both. It's going to help. Yeah, it helps whiten and polish your teeth. It helps with stains on your teeth. And that's what I've been using. Like, I kind of pulled away from just using regular toothpaste because it's not good. It's not good for us. So,
so I started using charcoal toothpaste, and I saw a slight difference, but then I feel like the ingredients in some of these products have changed. I was spending like $10 on a small little box of charcoal toothpaste. And then like this year, I don't know if it's because of the issues with like shipping and products and stuff like that, that maybe the manufacturers are kind of dwindling on their quality, but I'm like, no, this ain't gonna work no more.
You can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference, especially if you've been faithful to a product. When something change. So I'm very excited to try that oral cleanse.
Yes.
It's full of so much sugar. People don't realize toothpaste has sugar in it. You brushing your teeth to prevent cavities with sugar.
That's a problem. And people don't realize ingesting fluoride. Right. They say, oh, it's only small amounts in the toothpaste, but ingesting that fluoride over time is causing gut health issues. It's causing, obviously, your hormones to be off. Like, fluoride causes so much to be ingesting, and we don't realize that. And like you said, they're putting sugars in the toothpaste. So Manuka honey is good because it's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory. So you're dealing with, all of these issues in your mouth. Now you still need to go see your dentist twice a year, or every 6 months. But the point of it is the oral mouth cleanse does such a deep pull and pulling out the bad bacteria and leaving you with the good bacteria that you need in your mouth for your mouth to be healthy and thriving. And when I tell you, I'm willing to guarantee that if you use the oral mouth cleanse versus your toothpaste, your mouth will feel so much cleaner. 100% guarantee.
I'm gonna do it. and I'm gonna make a reel about it.
Yes, do it. I'm here for it. Here for it. Yes.
So let's talk about spirituality. You believe in God.
Yes, 100%.
How does your spirituality and your belief in God shape the way you do business, shape your business practices?
First and foremost, integrity. I understand that there are a lot of brands out here when it comes to skincare, or brands in general, skincare, hair care, or just whatever brand you have, that people will cut corners
Right.
People will charge you for, you know, saying that they're using a organic ingredient and they're really not, but they're charging you the price as if they are. I'm so big on integrity. Like, for example, I realized, like, I had a pop-up shop on Saturday, and I have sugar coconut lip scrubs that I had. Yes. So what happened was I made the whole batch, and then I realized, like, after I already piped all of them, I didn't include the Manuka honey, which is one of the key ingredients in this. You know what I did? I could have easily said, oh, well, they'll be all right. I'm still going to sell them for, $10.
Especially being a newer brand, you could have easily done that. Right.
Easily. And I said, you know what? No, that's not what I stand on. That's not integrity. I literally went and I scooped out each one and remade the whole batch and included the Manuka honey, because I said, if I'm going to advertise that I have these ingredients and I'm charging people this price, then I need to stand behind that and be honest about that, Right. And so, like, God really keeps me, like, grounded in integrity. He keeps me grounded in discipline. There are times where I just don't want to get up and make, another video, or I don't want to reach out to respond to the comments that I have. But it's just like, I know that God has given me this vision, and I know that this is, for God to get the glory. So I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And if I cannot do that, then he could easily call someone else to do it.
I'm telling you.
So it's like, God doesn't force us to do anything. If we're not willing to fulfill the call that he's placed on our hearts and placed in our lives, because God gives us the desires of our heart. So if there's a desire within you and you believe fully in God, he gave you that, right? And he gave you that because you're to use that to help the people that need it. So what you're doing right now by doing this Wellness Wednesdays, people need this, right? So you're fulfilling the desire that God has placed on the inside of you. So, but if you didn't want to do it, that's okay. God got so many other people that can do it.
I'm telling you.
Right? But you've accepted the call.
Right.
So just as I've accepted the call. So, I truly believe that, God saw something in me to say, hey, I'm going to give this to you and I want you to do right by it, because he could use someone else to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he keeps me grounded, and I'm very big on making sure people understand that my business and the fruitfulness of my business is because of God and God alone. It's not me. It's what he does through me and the strength that because there are days where I'm like, I can't do it. I'm tired. But God,
But God. That is right.
It.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. And so I have one more question, and then we're going to take some questions from the chat.
Okay.
My question is, what advice would you give to someone, it doesn't have to be a woman, but someone of our melanated force who is looking to start a business, who doesn't know where to get started? How do they get started? How do they use social media? How do they find that inspiration?
I would say the first thing that you should probably do is spend some time alone. Figure it out what it is you truly have a passion for, because I'll tell you this, there's no reason to start a business if it's just for the money. Because money comes and goes, money won't keep you. Like if it's just for the money, when you get a certain amount of money, you're probably like, all right, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna use cheaper ingredients. I'm gonna start, still charging the same amount, but I'm gonna, not give the best quality, which is ultimately gonna hurt you in the end, because like you said, you can notice the difference.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So if you truly don't have a passion for it, I wouldn't even suggest you stepping into that, because what's going to happen is when it gets too hard, when it gets to the point where you feel like you're hitting wall after wall after wall, you're gonna just give up.
Yeah.
You're going to give up because it's not something that you truly, truly believe in with everything in you. But once you get to that point where this is it, you think about that thing, you dream about that thing, you wake up and it's on your mind, you go to bed and it's on your mind, you pray about it constantly. That's the thing that God is trying to use you for. And when you really rely on God and say, God, here I am, use me for your glory, he's going to take, he'll be like, okay, be careful when you pray that prayer, because I prayed that prayer for so long. And when I got 300 orders in 24 hours, I was like, okay, God, I know I prayed that prayer, but Lord, help me. Lord help me, because it was in that moment that he gave me the strength.
Congratulations, first of
Thank
all.
you.
That
Thank
is
you.
amazing. That is
Thank you
so
so
amazing.
much. Yeah, and it's in that moment that he gave me the strength, because had it not been for me really having a passion for me, really relying on God, I probably would have just been like, you know what, I'm gonna take, X amount of time to get these orders out, way longer than I should, because I just can't do it. But it was the push
Right.
and the strength that he gave me to just keep going. And ultimately, I would say, watch other people's stories, not to compare, but to get that inspiration. Like you said,
Right.
social media is a platform where there's endless inspiration. Endless.
Right.
Not for you to feel envious or they made it, why can't I make it? Use that. I use it for me. I'm like, oh, I love that she's doing that. Man, that's amazing, and it just pushes me. Like when I'm sitting down and I'm watching TV, or I'm sitting down and I'm just kind of in a funk, and I'm on, we're scrolling all the time, and I see it and I'm like, man, let me get up and do it, because that right there is where I'm trying to go.
Always happens. That always happens. Exactly. You got to
Every
use it for the
time.
right. Use your social media, your watch time, and you're watching TV. Use it for the right things. Don't use it to
Yes,
settle into your funk. The same thing
absolutely.
when you put on music, when you're not feeling. Put on something that's going to help you get out of it. Put on something that's
That's
going to
it.
inspire you, not settle you
Yes.
into it. Okay.
Yes. So, it's like, make sure you're connected to the right people. If you got friends and family that ain't really rocking with you, how they say, listen, it's time to reevaluate. You really have to make sure you're connected to the right people, and make sure you're building those relationships, network. Like if you have the opportunity to go to, even if you don't have a business yet, but you want to get some inspiration, or you want to get to that level, start going to pop-up shops, start going to expos, get in the environment, and
Right.
start getting that inspiration, see it and envision yourself being there. And I tell you, with everything in me, by God's grace, you get there. You get there. A lot of hard work, a lot of tears,
But
but
it's worth it. It's worth
it's
it.
worth it. It's
It's
worth
worth it. All right, girl. You got the chat going crazy right now. Yeah, we are feeling the inspiration. So I want to say hello to Jasmine Lowe. Thank you for coming in. Starduster 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all, I'm being real ghetto using my phone, but laptop acting up. So bear with me, bear with me. Best Yet Journey, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Make sure I don't miss anybody. E&D Adventures, thank you. So at this time, guys, we're going to take some questions for Shoneka. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Stardusted2 says, gratitude for great info being shared.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Yes, they are agreeing with you, girl. You got claps and thumbs ups and
Oh,
hallelujah.
amen. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, I'm here for all of it. All of it.
Lydia, Best Yet Journey says, walk alone, but with God. That's right.
Yes, yes, absolutely, 100%.
Urban
And as
Garden
y'all see, I'm in my car right now, because as I'm doing this business, I also got a real job too. So we have to balance that out. Find that balance, y'all, because I'm in my car. I'm
But
like,
you
I'm
know
doing
what?
this.
You know what? Your job gonna get in the way one day. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying
Listen,
it. I'm saying it's a good thing. Your job gonna get in the way.
100%.
I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like
Amen. Amen.
that. Stardust says no question, but she suggests. I hope I say this right. Solfeggio frequencies for transmuting negative energy.
I'm not familiar with. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, Starduster, can you just explain that just a little bit? Let us know. Teach us something. What that is. And let's see. Balance is key. Yes, that is
Yes,
true.
it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Jasmina says great advice. They appreciate you. Jasmina actually is one of my plant friends here on YouTube, and she has a great graphic design company. She also she sells her foreign plants, the exotics, the ones you ain't gonna get at Lowe's.
What? I might have to connect with you said Jasmina?
Jasmina Lowe, yes. And she's on her way to 1,000 subscribers. So guys, please go over there and
I will
check my girl
subscribe.
out.
I
She's
will. Make sure you
almost
send
there.
me her handle so I can subscribe to,
Absolutely. I'll send you
yeah.
the link because you won't regret it. She's mad cool, down to earth, and she's a city girl.
Oh, yes, I will. 100%. Yep.
Okay, at home with Cherie, it's been great hearing your story and listening to your advice. Do you think you'll ever pitch to be in stores, or do you think you'll stay as a solopreneur?
You know, I am open to being in stores, but I'm particular on what store. Like I would do Whole Foods,
Ah,
because it represents what I do. You know, I don't want to just go into any store just for the sake of being, you know, having that exposure or for money, but I wanted to
mhm,
align with what I do. So definitely
right.
Whole Foods, possibly Target, because I know they have like a market where they lean more towards, you know, holistic and natural now.
And support Black entrepreneurs.
And support. They're big on that, and I appreciate that so much. So they are definitely on the list, and Whole Foods will be my only two right now. Maybe Trader Joe's. I've never really been in there to really say for sure, but I think they're kind of on like the holistic. They have an area for that as well.
I believe so too. I've only been in
Yeah,
there once, but I know people that only shop at Trader Joe's for like vegan stuff and
right.
for their pets. They only go to Trader Joe's. So.
Trader Joe's. Okay, so yeah, they will probably be possible, but ultimately, to answer your question, I want my own brick and mortar. One day, I want Metanoia Melanin to be a full experience. I want it to be like you're literally walking off the street into nature. So I want it to be like a big experience, but that's down the line. You know, it's not right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Listen, it's gonna happen. I hope you get into Whole Foods. I do.
I would love that. I would love that.
I do. I love Whole Foods. Okay. Let's see. Best Share Journey says Trader Joe's is so much better than Whole Foods.
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check
Listen,
it out and see.
I've only been in Trader Joe's once, so I can't even tell you that it's not better.
Right. Yeah, it's been like one time for me, so I would have to check it out because I'm a hardcore Whole Foods.
I'm telling you, girl, once we started buying meat from Whole Foods,
Yes.
I was like, is this what it's supposed to taste like?
Hello, because it's like the quality elsewhere is real questionable at this point.
I'm telling you, I don't even look at the other grocery stores the same no more.
No.
And like you said, you get what you pay for.
Yep. You get what you pay for.
It's pricey, but it's feeding you well.
Exactly. And that's what's most important. Invest the money to make sure you have longevity. Like that's
right.
it.
Right.
That's it.
Let's see. Okay, thank you guys so much for dropping the link to Jasmina. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions, y'all? We got Shoneka here on her lunch break.
Slipping out. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna make time. And thank God, like I have a job that is extremely flexible. Like I can kind of come and go as I please. You know, I'll just kind of do my own thing as long as the job gets done.
I didn't ask about your family.
Oh.
So yes, because I know your family ties into the skin, the oral health, the hair. How is your family inspiring you when you're creating your products?
Yeah, so my family, like especially my brother, he is big into like my brother he's so knowledgeable on the nutritional side of things, like when it comes to different foods that give you the vitamins and the minerals. And he's also knowledgeable with like different supplements, you know, like how to take like vitamin D and things like that we need, and making sure it's the right type of vitamin D. You're not getting something that's
the right supplements.
The right, because a lot of this stuff is filled with all types of gums and fillers. And so you want to always make sure you get like the raw or fermented or make sure it says it's organic. It comes from raw fruits and vegetables.
We're big on fermenting in the garden family now.
Listen.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so you know exactly.
That's right.
Yes. So that's what I focus on. But my family, like they are so supportive. My mom and dad, you know, they're in Richmond, Virginia. My sister's in Richmond. My brother's in North Carolina. And my boyfriend and my son, they're up here in Jersey with me. But you know, they really like come in when I need them. Like my friends, like they are, you know, just there. Like when I need them, they encourage me. They send me random texts when I need it most. They check on me. They pray for me. So my circle and my support system is very strong. And when I'm doing this, I'm doing this ultimately to, you know, one day give back to them for all their support and all their love. You know, I don't know how I could ever fully repay them, but I pray that, you know, one day God will show me how just to do that. But I'm just grateful for the support system that I have. They keep me going.
That's awesome. Well, I don't see any more questions here. So I want to say to you, thank you again for your products, first of all, because I don't exaggerate when I say that your product saved my life. I was depressed, child. I
Oh
was
my
bad. I
gosh.
was like, I'm making YouTube videos. I didn't want to get in front of the camera no more. I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
do the makeup no more. And now, even though it's giving me confidence, I'm not saying I don't break out or anything anymore
Right.
because it's just life, right? I'm still dealing with the illness, right?
Right.
But it's giving me the confidence. I don't even wear makeup anymore. Like I just come on screen. I don't cover it up. Nope.
Yes.
God, my foundation might be expired by now. I don't know. But you have really, really helped me. And I will always endorse your products. And I will always endorse you as a person because your spirit is wonderful. That
Thank
message that you
you.
sent me after I texted you, I've read it several times. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Thank you so
You
much.
are really amazing. You are truly amazing. And just know that the love is mutual, the support is mutual. Whatever I can do to support your vision, I'm here for it. I hope that, one day if I ever host a pop-up or I host an event and I call on you to be, present for it, to be a keynote speaker or anything, like I would hope that,
Not keynote. Woo!
yes, keynotes, like I would love to just have this relationship continue to grow because I really feel like, we could really be helpful to each other on our journeys.
Maybe one day I'll be supplying your herbs for your products.
I am looking for a Black gardener, someone that could help me in that area. So if it inspires you to start doing that, I would be, hey girl, I need another batch.
We're going to get on the phone with God later.
Yes.
We're going to make it work. Thank you
Yes.
so much for being here. I
Of
appreciate
course.
you for taking the time. I hope you have enough time to go eat something.
I will. I'm going to get on out this car and I'm going to go find me something and I'm going to eat.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I will
you,
talk to you
ladies,
soon.
and the whole crew. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to connect with so many of you.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
Have a great
Bye.
rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Still there. Oh, we got you. There we go. Okay. Wasn't that wonderful, guys? Oh my gosh. Yes, at home with Cherie. Speak that, yes. So that was a wonderful Wellness Wednesday, guys. I've had so much fun putting together these Wellness Wednesdays. And like I said, you guys need to go ahead and check out Metanoian Melanin. All the links to her Instagram, to her TikTok, to her YouTube, to her shop, everything is in the description box right now. And I'm pretty sure that she has a sale going on. So please go ahead and check her out. You won't regret it. Y'all know I don't BS y'all about nothing. And when something is important to me, I talk about it all the time. I featured her in quite a few of my videos. So please go ahead and check out her products. If you're having any issues finding something that works for you as a Black woman, Black man with children, we got to be careful of what we put in our bodies. And she makes wonderful products that are very helpful and not harmful at all. So thank you again, Shoneka, for coming in. We have a few more minutes, so I'm just going to go through the chat and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Root Shoots and Garden Boots, thank you so much for coming in. Beautiful Live, thank you. LaBelle's Lifestyle, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys so much. Yes, and please, thank you guys so much for subscribing to Jasmine Lowe. You guys are gonna love her channel. And Plantain Charlene, she's another plant mama, so I already know you guys are gonna connect because Charlene, you know your thing when it comes to house plants too. Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you guys much longer. I appreciate all you guys for coming in. Wellness Wednesdays will be every other Wednesday. Gardening the Mind will be that other Wednesday in between with Jeremy. So he'll be back next Wednesday with his Gardening the Mind series. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here, so much for supporting me. Y'all don't even know how much I appreciate this. What's that say? God, yes, God bless you too. God bless all of you guys. To all of my moderators that are in here, G Mama Grows and At Home with Cherie, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much. It means a lot that you guys show up for me. You guys don't even know. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And the fam, I will see y'all later. I'll be dropping a new video later on. So look out for that. Make sure that you are subscribed. If you're sitting in the background, if you're not in the chat, go ahead and subscribe, because Wellness Wednesdays is going to continue, and we're going to have more guests and more great information. Okay? Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all. For real. Bye. Thank you guys for being here.